Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It is me, ICNX Plays, back for a brand new video. Um, yeah, about, playing Fortnite. It's gonna be kind of hard to do now. So I'm gonna take a break from Fortnite for a couple of weeks, and once my hand is out of the cast, and pens are out, everything else is good, um, then I'm going to more than likely attempt to resume playing Fortnite every night. But eventually I will get back to everything. But yeah, I'm gonna just jump straight into this. I'm gonna fly the either the Mustang or the Eclipse, just depending on what pays the most. Okay, that pays the most. I'm gonna go with the Eclipse. Hangar, Eclipse concept, and now I have to go to Timbuktu. This thing is so much slower than the Mustang, but in a way, it's still a pretty good aircraft. I think this was actually my first aircraft. But yeah, it's a pretty good aircraft. I mean, it's sure it climbs relatively easy, but it just likes to climb over time. But I mean, I'll let it climb as much as it wants right now because, of course, it's a pretty freaking long flight. Once I get about 10 miles out, I'll lower it down. But for all I care, I could go all the way up maybe 20,000 feet and it'd be fine. But once I get about 10 miles out, actually, probably about 15 miles out because of how much, um, altitude it is. Maybe depending on how bad the altitude is when it gets about 15 miles out. And then once I get about 15 miles out, I'll check the altitude. I forgot to retract the landing gear. That would have been funny. Once I get about 15 miles in, 15 miles out, I will try and decrease my altitude. It's about 10,000. It's 10,000 feet up now. About 20 miles out. I'm gonna bring this down now instead of doing it later. I can nosedive this plane. It does, like, it can come out of a nosedive without issue. So I'm gonna nosedive it. And 3,000 feet, 2,000 feet. 1,500 feet. Now I'm below 15 miles out. That's good. And I'm getting stuff done. Good. About 10 miles out now. Yeah, about 10 miles out. I'm gonna bring the landing gear out now. Six miles out, lower it about half. Because it is going to take me time to decrease my altitude. Gonna have to decrease to about 200 feet before I hit the runway. 3 miles out. Lower down my speed. 3 miles out. Try and line this up. There's actually one thing I have noticed is that I fly planes a bit weird, or I go to land planes a bit weird. I've always been taught that you need to keep your nose up as best as you can. Now that I'm actually freaking flying a plane, I'm freaking confused as hell as what I should do. Nah, keep the nose down, come on. Keep that nose about level. Come on. Come on. 10 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet. Yes! That was a lot cleaner than the last time I attempted to fly this thing. I'm not even going to use the taxiing way. Taxing ways are for squares. I'm not using a taxing way in this game. Mile out, or 0.1 miles out, so I'm going to decrease my knots. T? What does advanced mode do? H? What does any of this do? Throttle, gear, flaps. Advanced mode camera. Oh, I can go in the cockpit. All right. All right, man. That's fine. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did miss my landing, but that's fine. I mean, it was definitely a lot cleaner than the last time I attempted to fly it. So, not that big a deal. Alright, I gotta get a specific amount of speed. And put that up. And this thing's not liking this. It's giving me some sass. I'm now attempting to find my way back to the international airport. Slow down that climb slightly, if I can. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It was still a little better than my my last attempt at flying this, but not that big a deal. Not like I'm not gonna do it again. And I am going to oh yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot everything's connected to my mouse. I'm going to be landing over there, so it's probably about 30 miles out now. But it was a pain to fly this thing the entire way. If I had the chance at using the Mustang to transport passengers, I would, but the Mustang doesn't have any passenger passenger space, so I had to use the Eclipse. But other than that, everything's going pretty good. And I'm probably about 20 miles. Nah, probably a little less than that. Actually, I'm going to keep my speed up for now until I get ready to land. I'm going to decrease my altitude. I'm going to nosedive this thing. I don't freaking care. Nosedive! And yeet. Got out of that nosedive without a problem. I know you told me try not to nosedive. Don't go down too fast or else it might screw you up. I just went into nosedive without an issue, and I'm going to continue to do that with this plane because I know it can handle it. I'm gonna try to do this a little better. I'm probably gonna get off a little early tonight because I gotta get up super fucking early in the morning. I should have put bad language in the title because, of course, it's gonna have bad language in it. Some of it is, anyway. Not all of it, but some of it. Decrease this to about 3/4. Where the heck is this runway at? Oh. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna try to turn into a side slip here. Yeah, I actually have not done a whole lot, actually. That landing that you missed was actually the first mission of the day. In about 30 minutes, I'll have, or actually about 20 minutes now, I'll have another contract, and I will more than likely get enough to get the Pilatus PC-21. That is unless I can actually find a code on the Twitter site for this game, and then I can more than likely get about 45 grand in-game cash, or 40 grand in-game cash. And bring it down to about 200. It should correct itself once it hits. Yeah, I figured as much. Here comes the landing. This is gonna be annoying. Keeper level, come on. Come on, keeper level. You decrease this altitude a bit. Keep it, come on. And touchdown. Oh, it was grinding the tail. That explains that. Well, that was a fun landing. But until I get contracts available, I can always do flight tasks. Holy shit, is that a Boeing 737 or 131, I think is what it is? That plays like the exact replica of the Angel of Death. Or, in other words, basically a military cargo plane that was built into a fucking war machine. Major war machine. Oh, let's see. Do they have the Angel of Death? From what I can see, no. Concorde. Oh, that was probably just a cargo plane that they souped into a... Oh, the Pilatus PC-24. How much is the Pilatus PC-21? Dude, I just gotta do like one mission or something, and then I have it. That's awesome. That is, unless I can just get a code and then I can buy the freaking Pilatus PC-21. Holy... Nope, no codes. Darn it. No codes, but so far so good. I am going to use the Mustang for this one. Thank you for the correction in the chat, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it because I actually had no clue what the actual name of it was. I'm not even going to use the taxing way. Up! I'm just doing a quick fly around because I actually do need to figure out where the heck this marker is. Ah, there she is. This is the cockpit of the P-51 Mustang. Doesn't it look pretty sick? It's like a lime green everywhere. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, it's one of those style cameras. I hate that one. What'd you think of the cockpit? I know it's like lime green and all, but still. I'm pretty sure any of these planes can really take just a nosedive and come back from it. But I ain't gonna take the risk with a commercial plane if I ever get a commercial plane in this game. Which I don't really plan on getting a commercial plane in this game because they're freaking huge, and I really just don't think I'm gonna get a commercial plane. I'm mainly gonna focus on light planes and military style planes like the Spitfire, the Mustang, stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to put my landing gear up. I'm an idiot. What character from Planes does this remind you of? I'm actually kind of mixed. I know the name of the character, but This actually reminds me a lot of that character. Seriously? No, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this one yet. I'm just gonna fly 100 miles in this plane. Can't be that hard, right? Pretty close, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Rip Slinger and one early World War II plane, remember? See if you can remember. What's the landing gear? What plane does the landing gear remind you of? Rip Slinger, yes, but that's not exactly who I was thinking about. I know the colors do remind you of Rip Slinger, but that's not who I was thinking of. I've got more than the amount I need for the Pilatus PC-21. Dusty's mentor, his teacher. Now you've made me forget it. Sorry, I was looking at something. This is going to be a very rough landing. This is going to be a relatively rough landing, but we're going to do this anyway. A nosediver a little bit. Roll. Do the roll, do the roll, do the roll, and might have to just do a glide in. That was funny. Just past that fucking plane, just freaking gliding in. This is gonna be a very rough landing. And cut. Taxing. Good. That wasn't as rough a landing as I thought. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Skipper. I know he was a Corsair, but that's what this plane reminds me of. It reminds me of Skipper. That's his name, my bad. It's been too long since I fucking watched the movie. And boom. Pilatus PC-21. Alright, time to test her out. I'm gonna fly her around for the next 9 minutes. Take her to the taxiway. Alright, I'm gonna go cockpit view this time. Oh, this looks so sweet. I'm just gonna take off from this taxiway here. I don't really care. And increase. Put the gear up. Oh, this thing is kind of insane. Ooh, please don't stall. This thing's actually decently smooth. This is actually really cool. Actually, I kind of wonder if they have the Corsair in this game. Oh, my cousin joined. Of course he did. Actually, this is the cousin that actually found this game. I would not have started playing this game if it weren't for him. I'm going to attempt to land this thing in first person. Probably not the best idea, but screw it. I'm doing it. I'm actually turning up my volume because I do want to hear this. This thing is not very easy to fly. Ooh, I need to come down with the freaking speed. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you sick or anything, but this thing's not very easy to pilot in first person. That's the thing, I'm not quite used to piloting this thing, so it could be a pretty bad landing. Keep the nose down. Touchdown. And we are taxiing. That was actually a really cool flight. I enjoyed that very much. That was a very enjoyable flight. This is the Pilatus PC-21. It actually looks pretty badass. Not gonna lie. Dang it. This is the plane that reminds me of Ripslinger. Or Dusty. This actually reminds me more of Dusty than it does of Ripslinger. I'm gonna tax this thing over to the spawn pad, and once about 3 minutes goes by, I will do... Holy sh... Okay, he just freaking... Jesus, dude. The light race feature in the corner is, honestly, I think that's just a racing thing, so if you want to race your plane, you can. Personally, I don't care for that function because it's not really too fun. It's kind of hard to pilot planes in this game through rings. Oh! I swear if he doesn't keep doing that. I swear if he keeps doing that, that's annoying. It's actually really annoying. Oh. That explains that. But I'm saying, like, the prop and everything else. Almost everything on this plane. Holy crap. Just the plane in general reminds me of what Dusty looked like after, at the end of the movie. Of course. I'm really just taking the time to talk. Technically, I think I could slow this thing down even more if I wanted to, which I am gonna do that because it's gonna take another minute to get to the actual mission. But that is actually interesting. I wasn't aware of that. If I was not out of Mountain Dew, I would say I'd just pop a Mountain Dew and go grab a Mountain Dew and wait. But I don't regret my decision. That's a very cool plane. $30. We can wait 30 seconds, right? $17 seconds. This seems like the longest flight, but the most cash for it. Can I use the Pilatus PC-21? Yes, I can. This thing is going on a very long flight. Good idea. I actually probably should do that again as well. Keep in mind I am gonna try to cut this one pretty short, seeing as sorry, I'm distracted. I'm reading something. But yeah, I'm actually surprised at how cheap this actually was to get this plane. Oh god! I lost track of the marker. Ah, there she is. Sorry, I was looking at something and I lost complete track. I'm gonna stop flying this thing in first person. I will attempt to land in first person again, but I am gonna eventually paint this thing jet black as soon as possible. That's gonna take a couple of missions at least. So, take on what plane I should try to get next. I was mainly thinking, I don't know, Spitfire, something like that. trying to think what I'm gonna name this plane. Just if you got any ideas, give me like an idea or something. If you have any ideas, just tell me and I'll more than likely take the name. Alright, I'll definitely go for that then. Like I said, if you have any names, any good names for this plane, go ahead, tell me. Alright, I'm actually gonna land this thing first person. I'm honestly genuinely curious if this thing actually shakes as much in the game as it does in real life. I wonder if it shakes this much in real life. And we are taxing. I did it once more. I'm gonna dial up the knots a little bit, get up this freaking taxing way. I only have one passenger, but still gonna get 17K for it. Didn't even have to fully stop. Pretty sure I can paint this thing almost jet black now. Oh, good one. Yes. Black Ice. That's a very good name. That's actually a very good name. I'll definitely use it. That's a good name. Black Ice. Wait, isn't that a type of ice? Like, that's kind of weird. I'm just now noticing that that's actually a type of ice. That's insane. Take off first person. That's not as hard as taking off in first person. Okay, I regret seeing what I just saw. Okay, well that would explain that. I'm actually not entirely sure where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Sorry if I'm getting a little close to the screen. I'm actually trying to read a text. I do get a lot of text occasionally, so I'm just trying to read stuff, including comments and everything else, as well as the texts. I hope I don't have to be super close to this. There we go. And now to land. Now to get this landing correct. And then we're gonna swap over to, actually, before we do that, I am going to paint this aircraft black, and then, well, not completely black, it's still gonna probably have the white stripes, but beggars can't be choosers. So, decrease this. First person landing, of course. During the day, I might add, might be a little easier. And this plane will correct itself once it hits a certain altitude. Yeah. Need to get this thing ready to start taxing, so I'm gonna wait, try and keep the altitude as high as possible. Ooh. Has to be at about stall speed before I hit. As soon as I hit that asphalt, it has to be at stall speed, if not a little less. Yeah! Clean landing. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that I've gotten these flat bottom planes down now, because the Eclipse concept is getting incredibly hard to land. And now that I've actually figured this out, as soon as I hit the taxiing way, I need to have it at just below stall speed. So, that way, as soon as it hits that asphalt, it stops and starts taxing. Which, actually, I find that really incredible how that works. And we're going to paint this PC-21 black. Stop the plane case, engine off. And 0 knots. Now we walk over, go third person slightly, hangar, black. Seriously? Seriously? Well, this wasn't exactly how I expected this to work. That's just dark red. That's not black. Oh, that's annoying. Now I guess I'm gonna have to find another name for this aircraft because now it's not the exact color I was hoping it would be. Sorry, majorly confused. I might actually just do this other live stream tomorrow because, I might just do another live stream tomorrow of Asphalt 8. Very defensive there, man. Chill. I don't know how to say everything according to aircraft standards. So defensive, jeez. I'm probably just gonna do this later. Do vehicle legends in this game later. Because I do have to get up early in the morning. So I am gonna end this now. But, yeah. Talk to you later. Talk to you guys later. And Ice Phoenix out. I need to